who can hire attorneys and accountants to help them navigate, take advantage of these exemptions, deductions, and credits, many of which go away in the Donald Trump legislative plan.
The president speaks in Indianapolis about all this afternoon. Judge Roy Moore, winning the Republican primary runoff in Alabama, has some Democrats thinking their candidate, Doug Jones, has a better shot, but Moore tells Fox,
the polls show otherwise, and we'll show them when we get to the general election.
That's in December. President Trump had endorsed the other candidate, the currently appointed Senator Luther Strange, to finish the rest of now Attorney General Jeff Sessions' term. Fox News, we report, you decide.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I shopped the many highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $27 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-467-1443. That's 800-467-1443. 800-467-1443. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. Peanut farmers are making progress in bringing in the crop. They're now estimated at 1% very poor on peanuts, 6% poor, 18 fair, 58 good, and 17% excellent. That's nationwide. Harvest is at 15% as of Monday, but some of the Southeast states are doing better. Georgia's 24% of their crop is dug, normally at 20%. Harvested at 13 as of Monday. 11% is the 5-year average. Conditions were 21% excellent in Georgia. In Alabama, they're showing about 0% excellent, but 71% in good condition. Peanuts dug in Alabama, 27%. Harvested 8% as of Monday. 9% is the 5-year average. Florida's up to 39% dug and 28% harvested. That's a little bit ahead of schedule. Some peanut losses in Dixie and Jackson County was being reported.
Don't miss the 40th Annual Sunbelt Ag Expo Farm Show in Moultrie, Georgia, October 17th through 19th. Field demos will showcase the latest harvest and tillage equipment for cotton, peanuts, and hay. Choose from over 300 seminars and demos on cattle, equine, sheep, goats, and dairy. Visit the Hoss Tools demonstration garden area, hunting and fishing buildings, family living sections, and be sure to see the university exhibits. Come for a day or all three. It's just $10 per person. Visit sunbeltexpo.com for more information.
It's time to rethink what you know about clean American propane and what it can do for your operation. Want efficient, reliable power independent of the grid? Propane can do that. Power for EPA-compliant engines without all the extra fluids and filters. Propane can do that. Eliminate fuel theft, lower hourly fuel costs, reduce downtime. Propane can do all of that. Discover all the things propane can do on your farm at propanecandothat.com.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Is the internet driving business to your business? Hi, I'm Michael Warren with Brick City Interactive. At Brick City, we've been putting the web to work for businesses since 1998. We want to help you too, whether you're a real estate office, law office, medical office, manufacturer, retailer, a church, even a radio station like WOCA. We love to help businesses grow, and we have the knowledge and experience to make it happen. We offer professional, affordable web design, mobile responsive websites, search engine optimization, social media marketing, web video and promotions, online advertising, and more. Whether it's time for a redesign or whether you want to kickstart your existing website, let us help. Mention WOCA and we'll give you a free, no-obligation search engine optimization report for your website. This free report will give you practical steps to increase your search ranking. It's our gift to you from Brick City Interactive. Call us today at 352-351-1131 or visit us online at brickcity.com.
Hurricane Maria left Puerto Rico in ruins. They need our help. The office of Dr. Juan Jordan is asking the public to help with non-perishable food, lanterns, battery-operated fans, diapers, insect repellent, etc. Drop-off sites include Dr. Jordan's office in Lady Lake, Country Oaks Veterinary Clinic in Summerfield, Forest High School, and Golden Ocala Tennis. For more information, contact Dr. Jordan's office at 352-633-0473, and thank you.
Life South would like to honor and thank all of our Hispanic blood donors during Hispanic Heritage Month. O-negative blood is the most commonly used because it is the universal donor, and 66% of the Hispanic population is type O. Hispanic donors are more likely to be a match with Hispanic patients. Make sure you do your part for your community by finding your nearest blood mobile or center. Visit lifesouth.org for more information. Hasta pronto.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
Thank you for tuning in. 6 minutes after 11 o'clock. Last week there was a story in the news that got our attention a little bit. There was a child in the hospital in Orlando, and the child needed to see a specialist at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Is that what it was? Shops. And so the first thought was, okay, well, we're going to have to help raise money so they can afford to do this. It was not a family that had a whole lot of money to be able to travel to Philadelphia. Anyway, they did it. They said with a TV or a computer or something, and that's exactly the topic we're going to talk about. So the doctor in Philadelphia was able to examine the child with the help of another doctor down in Orlando to answer questions, I suppose, or to maybe, I don't know if they hold the camera, I don't know what they do. Well, we have somebody on the phone who might know what they do. Dr. Patrick Courneya, Robin? Courneya?
Yes.
Is the Executive Vice President and Chief Medical Officer for the National Health Plan and Hospitals Quality at Kaiser Permanente. Is that right? Talking about the value of telehealth services and the impact of patient care, including prevention, diagnosis, managing chronic conditions, and access to specialty care. We live in a different world now, Robin. A doctor in Philadelphia can look at a patient in Orlando. That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Good morning, Dr. Courneya. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Larry. It's a pleasure to be here. And boy, that example that you just gave was a perfect way of illustrating how powerful this kind of technology could be.
Wow. And so is it always in the hands, is there a doctor at both ends all the time, like in the case I described, or do the parents sometimes hold the camera on, or themselves? I mean, how does this work?
Well, it's incredibly flexible, actually, and it's actually a whole array of different capabilities. Things as straightforward as new and effective uses of the telephone, to secure email, to video visits, to texting, remote monitoring to help manage chronic disease, a variety of different things. And it can be patient to doctor to doctor, team to team, and it really breaks through barriers of geography and time that have been a real constraint in the past when it comes to connecting a patient's problem, like that case of the child.
Oh, really?
To the expertise they need. Yeah, it's really quite remarkable.
So in my example, the distance between the two doctors was 1,000 miles or so. Would it be in our own town? Like, would there be like a doctor in the hospital just monitoring a patient just a few miles away from the hospital who maybe is housebound, who says, can you check my vitals? I mean, is there something hooked up to the patient in their home?
Yeah, there are great examples that make that possible. For instance, let me use the example of a diabetic patient who is monitoring their blood sugar on a regular basis. They can have a device that automatically transmits those blood sugars to their care team, and their care team can use that to proactively reach out to the patient if they see a change in the pattern of their blood sugars that needs some adjustment in the medication. It's a great example of making that kind of a connection. So yes, a physician, even within the same community, connecting to their patients in new and really innovative ways to help them solve their problems is really a part of what's going on with this.
How technical does the equipment on the sending end have to be?
From the patient's perspective?
Yeah, in other words, in the case of the child that I talked about, I'm guessing the hospital in Orlando had the top of the line stuff, right? But I mean, let's say it's in a third world country or something. Let's say, I don't know, and all they have is a video camera. Is that enough?
The lion's share of what we can do using telehealth capabilities can be done using a smartphone. The cameras are such high quality. For instance, let's say you're in the middle of the night with a sick child and rash. You can exchange information and images of that rash and even live video for a physician at a remote position to be able to give you advice and come up with a treatment plan or tell you need to go in right away or it's okay to wait till tomorrow. So the technology is in your hand. Now, there are special circumstances like the diabetic patient that I described where their blood sugar monitor is can be set up so that it does that communication automatically. It's not really technologically inaccessible to most people.
Did I say the name right? Kaiser Permanente? Is that right?
Kaiser Permanente, that's right.
Okay, and what is that? And how do we use that?
Well, Kaiser Permanente is an integrated healthcare finance and healthcare delivery system, and we serve 8 different regions across the country. And that includes both health plan and health coverage, but also really robust, technologically advanced care delivery system with 23,000 physicians and 200,000 employees, including nurses and others who help us to care for the patients who come to us for coverage. And telehealth services is one of those places where we are pushing the limits to make sure that we're delivering services that are convenient, that are high quality, and affordable.
It seems that people are really starting to embrace telehealth, especially those who travel a lot, not just for vacations or snowbirds, but for those who have jobs that they're working out of state.
You're right, and being able to connect with your physician, with your care team remotely can answer a lot of those questions where otherwise you might feel you need to go into an urgent care clinic or an emergency room or otherwise simply have to wait and suffer without getting advice about what things you might need to do for something that's come up in your health. So you're exactly right.
So I can see. I went to the website and I can see so many different uses for this. Let me try to ask it this way: is if you go to the hospital and somebody that you know and love is in that bed, and there are little lights and dials and meters attached to them, and if something goes wrong, there's a signal sent to the nurse's station. It sounds like maybe that's similar, maybe that's a little too extreme, but is that the same as if I was home? That same information is somehow transmitted to a doctor?
Well, in the case of that diabetic example that I described, yeah, if you've got the right meter and you've got the right connection with a care delivery system that's prepared for that, yes, it goes to your care team. They can watch for patterns that indicate you need to make a change in your care, change in your medications, and reach out to you, sometimes even before you even know that there's an issue.
Does the Kaiser website hook me up to a doctor with Kaiser Permanente or to my own doctor?
In that case, it would be with Kaiser Permanente, and it would be, if you have Kaiser Permanente coverage, one of the regions that we serve, then you would be able to take advantage of the telehealth services that Kaiser Permanente has. Now, that raises another important question. It's open enrollment season, and people around the country are making decisions about what coverage they're going to get, which health plan they're going to go with, and sometimes they're making decisions about changes in the healthcare system that they're going to use. And so finding out at this time what the coverage is that you would get if you make a choice of a given plan, and how your own care delivery system, your clinic, your physician are set up to use telehealth services to help you with your care is an important bit of work that people should be doing now.
Wow, this is every bit sounds like science fiction. It sounds like the astronauts. When the astronaut had a heart murmur up in the space, not the shuttle, but remember in the early space program, Remember they were able to tell that? Remember that one? There was one story?
Yes,
Wow.
yeah, I remember that.
So
That
now
was awesome.
now we all have access to it. Dr. Patrick Courneya, thank you for being on the air with us this morning. Give us a website. I have one that I went to, but I want to make sure it's the right one.
Well, Kaiser Permanente has kp.org, real straightforward, and that's a place where you can go to find out what Kaiser Permanente has to offer. It gives you a sense of what is possible. Also, the American Telemedicine Association is a place where you could go get information about what's available and how it's developing. Another piece of advice, these things are changing so rapidly that you should work to keep yourself well informed. Kaiser Permanente is constantly piloting new things and introducing new capabilities to take advantage of telehealth.
Yeah, we do have to keep up with everything. Even McDonald's now, you don't order at the cash register anymore. Dr. Courneya, it sounds like you have to go. Thank you so much for being on the air with us today.
Thank you, Larry. It's been a real pleasure.
All right, we will be right back.
We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A mostly sunny Wednesday with a high of 89 to 93. And mainly clear Wednesday night, though 69 inland, 75 along the coast. Mostly sunny for Thursday, high 89 at the coast, 94 inland. For Friday, times of sun and clouds with a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 80.